and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to Project 1 of Scrapbook Workshop Kit of the Month, Heirlooms Boutique or Heirloom Boutique. And I'm really excited about this particular project because I've actually got my photographs all ready for it. So that makes it very good for me. So I'm going to do the layout. I've cut all the papers the way that the instructions have suggested, but I'm actually going to lay my photographs slightly different because my orientation of my photographs are different. So if you haven't seen the video from this morning, this is our beautiful workshop project. If you haven't tried one of these before, you literally get everything that you could possibly need to create the 3 projects that they show you how to create. So the only thing you would need would be your stamp and seal, dimensionals if you use them, and that's it really. So let me get to project 1. I've cut all the papers as I've said, and I've picked out all the embellishments. I'm just going to lay out the papers as suggested, but I will embellish and lay my photographs out. I'm just making sure that all the boards are getting into place. So the first project has got this beautiful paper, and I'm, as usual, going to bring in my removable glue dots. They don't look big enough. Let's try these ones. That's better. So they're quite large. We don't sell them at Stampin' Up, but you can pick them up from Amazon. And literally what I do is I put one in the top left hand corner and one in the bottom right hand corner, and this keeps the 12 by 12 page steady so everything else can go on without too much of a hiccup. Let's do it on the other side as well. So for this project we have the same base paper. Let's bring those in. And this one you could definitely repeat with your own designer series paper without any stress. What I've got is, so I've got plain, so this is hydrangea hue, and that's the cardstock, and then I've got paper that matches it, and you need 4 of these for each side, 2 of each. Bring my chair into play here, makes life just a little easier. And then you're just going to put them alternatively, making sure that there is a gap, a slight gap between each. Now I'm literally eyeing it from about 10 inches up onto my paper, and the bright eyes of you will see that I made a mistake and I labelled the wrong side of my DSP, but thankfully a photograph will be going there so nobody will ever know. Right, so I'm going to stick these down because they're all in line now, and I'm just literally going to put a couple of dabs of the tear and tape, and the reason I use the tear and tape is because it is photographic friendly, so therefore it won't ruin your photographs. And I'm just doing this by eye. There we go. So as you can see, I couldn't have turned it over because it would be such a difference in colour. And these colours are perfect for the photographs that I have chosen to use. It is a particular set of photographs that for the arrival of my grandson way back in 2019, and it's set, the photographs are set for my daughter, and it was the first time that she really I would say fell in love, true love, and she just could not be so prouder of her brother and his partner at the time. the baby was just an astounding revelation for her, I think. She's the youngest of all the children in our family. So I suppose it was the first time a baby had really, I mean, she was, I think, about 18 when Oliver was born. So, yeah, it was a very good, exciting experience for her. I mean, obviously, we were all blown away by this little baby. Anyway, there we go. So as you can see, I have lined them all up. So they literally follow pattern, non-pattern, pattern, non-pattern, and so on and so forth. And that is literally the basis of this layout. So you too could do this without with other pieces of designer series paper that you might have in your stock. So let's bring in my photographs. So here is the lady in question. I can't remember if I decided it was that way around. There we go, and that one's going to go there. Then I've got this little baby all snuggled up, and her big brother. So the big photograph on the right hand side has got Peaceful Pine underneath, so I'm going to layer that onto the Peaceful Pine. Whoops. Preferably with equal edges. There we go, so that's that one. And then these two over here have got light Peaceful Pine. So again, I'm going to just put the tear and tape on here. That's one. And it's two. So my 6x4, so in the original layout was a 3x4, but I wanted to have the big photograph as well. Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to do it stepped. Let's have a look. So I could do it stepped like that, couldn't I? There we go. And because this has got a white border, I'm keeping the white cardstock for the border here, because there was no border. So I'm going to layer that one up as well. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going to put them like that. So I think that is going to be my layout for my photographs. And then I just need to add my embellishments that have come with the kit. So what I'll do is I will just add a bit of the Stampin' Seal in the middle of these in case I want to pop embellishments underneath. There we go. Perfect. There we are. And then I'm going to do the same on this side over here. So just a line down the middle. And as you can see, it has covered up my writing hiccup over here on the left hand side. Right, which way am I going to have these? Yawning Man, I think. Yawning Man. Yeah, so as this one is straddled across two strips, I'm going to do the same with this one, straddled across the two. So let's just put a bit in the middle there. I'm going to straddle that there, and then I'm going to do exactly the same with this one, straddling across those two and bring it down to about there. Yeah, let's see where that one's, that's coming to about there. Right, okay. Yeah, perfect. So what's left now is to put the embellishments on. So I've got the journaling, which will go there. I've got a label which I'm thinking is going to be there. We've got lots of flowers. We've got these big flowers. We've got the word day and to remember. It certainly was for many reasons. I'm just going to take the middle section out of this. The day section, there we go, we can pull that out, so that can go there. Day to remember. Now that was suggested to go there with that on the top. So let's see how that looks. It's not going to go all the way across there, is it? It look better now. That's the wrong colour. Now what I could do is I could bring that up to there, make it go as far over as possible, could cut off that section, go through there, then we'll have that bit that goes there, come here you, that will go across to there, like so. See, the white bit won't be there. Then you'll have the word day, and then you can put to remember underneath. And what else? I have got 2 of these. I probably want one either side just to balance out. Maybe it can go there. Cherished will go over here. I'd probably put, see, the colours pick up the blue in Oliver's blanket, and I'm matching the Golden Glow with Orla's jumper. I've got a nice heart here. So we've got a little gift tag that could go onto there. There's a flower that you could add there. And then I've got flowers. Or I could leave that. Let's have a look. Do you know what? I'm thinking I could might actually bring this border here over here as well, because I'm going to have lots left. Right, let's do that first of all. So let's take this off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off work out roughly where it needs to go. So that's about that, down to there. So I'm going to cut it there. Cut it straight across. So I've got a bit of crossover here. Then I can take that and leave a gap of green, and then I'm going to run that all the way across like so. This will then fit under here. And I'm going to chop it here with the blue hydrangea hue flower. So let's do that. Let's make sure I've got that the right length going through. Yeah, so it's this one here. Right, so let's go along to there. And we'll just chop that off, and we won't use that bit. Or we can keep it and use it on another section. Right, I'm just going to add my pick that up, bring that all the way across, and as you can see, it now lines up with the picture and the layer. So let's see if we can get this one to go underneath. Match it. So let's go. Okay, so let's chop it at the the Golden Glow flower. Chop that bit in half, and that can go underneath there. I've stuck that down, excellent. So I'm going to peel that, and then I'm just going to butt that up all the way along to there, like that. So that then comes along and matches that bit there. That works for me. Let's see if I can get flower there. No, just a bit of flower there. No. Okay, right. So let's get these flowers stuck down. So the first thing I need to put is the word day here. So that will sit there. And I think probably the easiest is to use the dimensionals. So I'm going to turn them over, and then I'm just going to put the big dimensionals into the gaps where they will fit, and hopefully that way they will make the, got half of one there. Put that down there. So let's take those backs off. I do like to use dimensionals on my embellishments with my scrapbooking pages. I just think it gives another element to the page. I mean, once it's in the protector, you're going to lose it. It does become very flat. So to have a bit of dimension to it with shadow helps quite well. Okay, so I'm going to keep that one flat and just do a little bit of, I hope that made sense what I was saying, that once it's in the protector, it's going to look flat, but with the help of the dimensionals, hopefully it will make it bounce off the page more, if you see what I mean. Right, let's do the same on here. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying not to put the dimensionals onto the photographs. So I'm just going to make sure that just the leaves go over. That goes onto there. Now what am I going to do? This one is a peel off, so we can do that. I think I'm actually going to bring it lower down than I originally planned. Pop it there. And I'm going to little tag, oh, comes off as well, so that can go there. Matches my daughter's jumper. We can put a heart here, and I should bring the heart down, or do I put a flower? Choices. No, I think I'm just going to put a flower. I'm just going to put the heart there, and again I'm going to put that on dimensionals if I can work out. There it is. I'm going to say if I can work out where I've just put them. Okay, there we go. So that's the first page. Let's come over to the second page now. So these are already stuck down. Again, we're going to put this on dimensionals, but I'm going to put them in the middle of the image so that they don't stick on the photographs. Yeah. Perfect. Let's bring that over. That can be stuck down. So this is the journaling that I've done. And I'm actually going to put the Cherish the Moment up there. Do I lay it flat, or do I... Yeah, let's lay it flat. Let's lay it flat. There we go. And that will just go over Cherished Moments. Perfect for this occasion. Do I want to add any more flowers here? Let's have a look and see what we think. We could have on there, those 2 little flowers there. Might pick it up. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it like that. I prefer it like that. So there you go. As I said, once this page has got all the elements sorted, bringing it together is really, really quick. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. Don't forget to pop back on Wednesday when we'll have our second project. Thanks ever so much. Take care. Bye.